Good evening. On behalf of Janata Education Society, Vivekananda Institute of Technology, myself, Dr. Vidya A, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, welcome you all for the webinar on Yoga for Stress-Free Living in Contemporary Situation. The present pandemic situation has disturbed mental health across the globe. We need to face the challenges with the right spirit. Yoga is one of the paths to relieve the mental stress and keep ourselves mentally and physically healthy. So keeping this in mind, so the Department of Computer Science and Engineering has taken an initiative to host the webinar on yoga for stress-free living in contemporary situation. So today we have with us Yogacharya, Dr. A. Subramanian, so known as Yogi Subbu Bhaiya. So Yogacharya sir is with us today. So who will be hosting the webinar. So let me introduce Yogacharya to the participants. Yogacharya Dr. A. Subramanian, Yogi Subbu Bhaiya, as he is revered by his students and followers, is a new age yoga spiritual master who not only guides the aspirants with the subtle nuance of yoga, but takes them to the depth of logic and devotional experience. An electronics and communication engineer, Subbu gave up his corporate career and shifted to the human engineering of yoga, spirituality, inspired by the words and works of masters like Swami Vivekananda. A sadhaka, one's childhood, is an initiated discipline of Swami Atmastananda Ji Maharaj of Ramakrishna Mission and an ardent devotee of Mahatma Krishna Premi Maharaj. He did his master's in yogic science and S. Vyasa and doctorate in yoga spirituality at Hindu University of America, Florida. He advanced in his yoga adhyatma sadhana and seva under the guidance of Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendraji and other masters of S. Vyasa. He had served the world-renowned S. Vyasa Yoga University as the senior faculty for about 12 years and had been in charge of the spiritual, cultural, and extension activities. He had mentored thousands of students at the university, not only just as a teacher or a coordinator, but as a loving brother, Bhaiya in the real sense. Subbu Bhaiya had served as the director of the Indian chapter of Yoga Bharati. Currently, the director of Adhyatma Yoga Academy, Subbuji travels widely motivating mass, particularly youth, and has trained thousands through his workshops and training programs on yoga for stress management, holistic health and wellness, leadership, value education, personality development, and other relevant themes. Subbuji's corporate wellness workshops called Smart Yoga and Energy Engineering workshops are the most sorted ones. Rooted in the ancient yoga tradition, he makes it relevant to modern minds. He is renowned for his impactful meditation sessions and discourses on spiritual and social themes in English, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, and Malayalam. One can experience the divine bliss through the Adhyatma Yoga retreats and Bhakti Yoga sadhana of Subbu Bhaiya. He had been involved in a few service projects to serve the needy in association with various organizations like Yuva Brigade, protecting the dilapidated ancient temples, which are symbols of our glorious past, and making them vibrant centers of our perennial culture is Subbu Bhaiya's added passion. He is the founder of Yoga Mitra, a volunteering initiative in yoga in association with Youth for Seva. His initiative of All is Well all the best program for exam stress relief for the students of 10th standard has benefited thousands in the states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. He is the facilitator in Disha Bharat and an advisor in Samvit Research Foundation. He is the member of Board of Studies in many academic institutions for framing yoga curriculum, including Atal Bihari Vajpayee University, Bhopal and Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University in Chennai. He has delivered keynote addresses and invited presentations in many prestigious national and international yoga conferences. Subbuji has authored a few books, including All the Best,
I think
Energy Engineering, and
to practice
Pilgrimage into the Poem Divine, TV Kapali Shastri Award, Vivek Ratna Award, Yoga Ratna, Vivekananda Youth Leadership Award are a few of the many awards and titles that have added glory to the contributions of Subbu Bhaiya. Being a child prodigy, His Holiness, the Jagadguru Shankaracharya of Kanchimat had conferred the title Kavitamani to him in appreciation of his divine poems at the young age of 13. Adhyatma Yoga, founded by Subbu Bhaiya, has been a Gurukulam, nurturing young aspirants to take their travel ahead in the path of yoga. The academy is benefiting thousands of people from all ages and all walks of life through its 10 branches in Bangalore and a few other cities. He has formulated effective courses to help yoga teachers enrich their skills. Sir, many things are there to tell about you, sir.
Thank you.
And we are very fortunate to have with us today on behalf of our management, principal, vice principal, and all the staffs on behalf of organizing committee and students. I would like to welcome you for this session, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste, Dr. Vidya, and all other staff, students, and other members who have joined us today for this webinar, which is being conducted on account of the International Day of Yoga. So International Day of Yoga is not something which we do just on one day and then finish it off. In fact, as you all know, so yoga is something which we need to do on all the days. 21st of June, of course, based on the great efforts of our Prime Minister of India, supported by all great yoga masters of this country and worldwide. So we have been able to make this possible for the past 5 years in a very grand way. It was conducted. And this year, unfortunately, due to the current pandemic situation, we were not able to have mass programs. But still it made a lot of opportunities to happen. So we were able to take up all these wonderful programs in a way to do it in a wonderful, unique way through all these online webinars and various programs we are doing. So we are able to do this year's theme as Yoga at Home and Yoga with Family. So that is the wonderful, unique thing. So yoga at home, yoga with family. So even I'm so glad that all education institutions, though due to lockdown, they're all not functioning. The education institutions, students are functioning from home, faculties are teaching from home, management is running from their own home. But still, every day they are coming together to organize various wonderful, useful webinars and online sessions for the students. So I'm so glad that Vivekananda Institute of Technology, a wonderful institution which have produced excellent students for the past few years, and it's managed by excellent team of people. They have unique different colleges. It's not just one college, but it's a big banyan tree under which you have so many colleges. And I have been to various colleges of the Vivekananda institution earlier, also to the pharmacy college where my friend Dr. Anasuya is also a professor there. And I'm so glad my friend, my younger brother, a wonderful social worker. Pramod Nataraj has been an alumni of Vivekananda Institute of Technology, and thanks to his initiative from Disha, Dr. Vidya had taken this wonderful step of organizing the International Day of Yoga today in collaboration with Adhyatma Yoga for all of you. So I'm so thankful to Dr. Vidya for taking all the efforts in getting this organized. And so thanks to her that we are here today. And Swami Vivekananda is the pioneer who brought yoga to this world in this 21st century. If today we are celebrating the International Day of Yoga worldwide, in 196 countries that it has been observed. The UNO have a member nation of 192 countries. And when our Prime Minister went and spoke about the International Day of Yoga, it was 177 nations which co-sponsored the resolution of the International Day of Yoga. How could this be possible? Yoga is something unique, which is from India, but how all these countries would support this International Day of Yoga? It is because of the great monk Swami Vivekananda, who 125 years back, who went to the West, who went to America, to the World Parliament of Religion. And when he spoke there, all that he spoke there was about yoga, which is yoga is at union. The very first address that he gave is as sisters and brothers of America. He taught them all as one family members. So that is the Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam, the concept which Bharat, India, and the yogic culture here had been teaching us. We have always been taught that we are all children of that immortal divine bliss. And so Swami Vivekananda, when he goes there, so he was able to declare this there, proclaim this there, that we are all sisters and brothers, right? And so he brought people like Sister Nivedita and so many people from the West to work in India, to live this yogic life here, to dedicate their life for yoga for the world at large. So I'm so glad that your institution is named after Swami Vivekananda, because we don't have yoga today without Swami Vivekananda. Also, it's very apt that your college is named after Swami Vivekananda, an institute of technology, because today there is no technology without Swami Vivekananda. I don't know how many of you know that when Swami Vivekananda traveled from India, from Mumbai to the US via Japan and Vancouver and all by the ship. So he had a co-passenger, a young lad from India. And when Swamiji was conversing with him, he got to know that he is aspiring to go to America, get technologically trained best, and if possible, to settle down there. That's what most of our technocrats today want to do. And now after COVID-19 situation, they're all crying, they want to come back to India. So otherwise, that's what the dream. So even 125 years back, in the year 1892, this young lad wanted to go learn the best of technology from institutes like the Caltech, California Institute of Technology, learn and settle down in America to work there, because after learning there, you would not have opportunities to serve in India better. But the conversation with Swami Vivekananda had with this young lad motivated him. He said, if you learn and you settle down there, it's only you who are benefiting. But you learn, know how they are doing the technological institutions, come back to Bharat, come back to India and start an institution like this, then so many people, many people can benefit out of that, right? So he inspired this young person, and after a few years, Swami Vivekananda got a letter from this young boy that, as per Swami Vivekananda's, dream, he had been able to come back to India and start, an institution. So he's ready to start an institution. He has rather got to know how to, do all those, So he had written a letter to Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda recommended to the Mysore Maharaja to offer him a land in Bangalore, in our Seshadripuram, in our Yeshwantpur, Malleshwaram. The Mysore Maharaja gave him acres of land. That is where Tata Institute, which is called the Indian Institute of Science, the first ever Institute of Science and Technology in India, got started hundreds of years back by the intervention of Swami Vivekananda. Jamshedji Tata is that young boy who went along with Swami Vivekananda to America. So today we have Tata Industries, Tata group of companies and all those things. They are leading in industrialization and technology, everything. But it was Swami Vivekananda who motivated the young boy Jamshedji Tata to start the first ever Institute of Technology called Tata Institute, the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. So, but for Vivekananda, we don't have yoga. But for Swami Vivekananda, we don't have the technological institutions also today, and therefore Vivekananda Institute of Technology organizing this yoga day, and that with Adhyatma Yoga, which is we are following Swami Vivekananda's lineage. I come from the lineage of Ramakrishna Mission and Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthana. I think there's a wonderful collaboration where Vidya Madam had chosen Adhyatma Yoga and the VIT to come together to collaborate and do this. So let us give a wonderful appreciation to the institution for this to do. Yes, saying this, today we see that we are in a very developed, advanced society. As we know, technologically, we are very well developed. Just now I told you how from scratch, Swami Vivekananda was instrumental in getting us the technological advancements in India. Since then, not only here, world over, a lot of technological advancements, we have developed in nanotechnology and biotechnology and wonderful technological advancements. Today, see, I'm sitting here in one corner in Jayanagar in Bangalore, and I'm able to reach to all of you wherever you are, your places, your homes, right? So we are able to bring, because the technology has bridged the gap, brought us together. So a lot of technological advancements we see, even medically, we see wonderful advancements which have happened. And I did not say in the space science and everything, all these technological advancements which we are progressing today, have affected a lot. And at the same time, we also are facing problems today, the pandemic situation, that, we don't have freedom to even sneeze or cough. Once you sneeze, people will come and detect you, put your temperature thermometer on the forehead, and then probably they'll catch you and take you to Victoria or somewhere, right? So we don't have the freedom to even sneeze or cough and walk around. And all the time we need to now go with a face mask. So how do we breathe? How do we spend time together? No time for, there is no freedom for people to walk around in their own places, their own complexes. So that is the situation also we are facing today. So why would this happen, right? So yes, there are many reasons for it. Always the yogic scriptures, the Yoga Shastra had taught the reasons in 3 reasons for suffering in 3 levels. They're called tapatraya. We often use it in the colloquial language. If we have difficulty with somebody, we say, ayo ninda tapatraya aitu anta kannadadalli heltivi. So ee tapatraya anodu 3 kinds of reasons for problems to happen. So the first one is Adi Daivika, that which is not in our control. Adi Daivika Tapa is something which happens from the nature, something which happens from a cause beyond, which is not in our reach, my dear friends. The tsunami that happens, the earthquake that happens, now the pandemic which is happening, the corona, COVID-19, are there anything in our control that we can do about it? We try our level best in doing something, but the root cause of the problem is still unknown. We say that it has come from some country somewhere, but if not that country, probably it will have come from somewhere else. So these are unseen, hidden, secrets of the nature, whereby problems are caused. Adi Devika. So only we can pray to get rid of this problem. From our hands, we don't have a direct control to do something about these problems. So these are called Adi Devika. And second is Adi Bhautika. Externally, yes, when the problem arises, there are certain things that we can do. For example, the government has been telling us you wear the face mask and go. And yes, that is our solution which we have in our hand. Sanitize yourself. Don't go. Keep social distancing. Do not crowd yourself. So that is kind of thing which government is telling. At least this we can do, but we sometimes don't follow that much also. See, we all know that we should wear the helmet, we should do those, but do we really respect all the civic sense, all these things? Often not. So that's where, problems which are coming from external things, but that which we can control are called Adi Bhautika. Something coming from beyond, from the nature or from, maybe the godly things through which we don't have a control. So we can call it as Adi Devika, and things, the problem that we, suffer, for which we have a control from our side. That is what we can call it as Adi Bhautika. And third is Adi Atmika. What is it? Adhyatmika. The problem that comes from my side, from within me. So early morning, your alarm rings and you want to get up. Today at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I want to get up, get ready and go to college, go to work. But when you hear the alarm ringing, you just put it off. Are, chalo. 5 minutes, let me sleep. You keep postponing things, procrastination, sometimes the fear which comes from inside, the laziness that comes from inside, the kind of insecurity, inferiority, fear, depression, sometimes the over anxiety of the mind, the stress and tension, all these are adi atmika, that which comes from my mind, from me within. It is not the nature or God who is reason for this problem. It is not the other person who is the reason for this problem. It is me who is responsible for this problem. That is adi atmika. So no matter whether the external situation changes, it could be corona, or it could be the earthquake or tsunami, or jo kuch bhi bahar ho sakta hai. But in me, mera bhitar, mera andar, whatever in me, what and inside, how things are affecting me, that is adi atmika. So 3 levels of problems that we face. The first is adi daivika, adi bhautika, and adhyatmika are the 3 kinds of problems that usually we are facing. So, and ultimately, all these are putting us to the agony of stress, right? The increasing miseries which are increasing. So even in the current situation today, we are facing a lot of stress. So we are talking of the immunity a lot today. If our immune system is very good, then we would not be affected with the corona. But my dear friends, your immune system physically may be very strong, very good. But if your mind, which is having the mental immune system, is disturbed, then it can cause an invitation to the external stimuli of the virus to come and still attack. But at the same time, if you have a strong mind, a willpower which is strong enough, then even if you get affected, even if you get infected with this corona or any other virus tomorrow per se, and you can always come out of that, and you can win over that. It's not that problem will not come. One is, yes, you can take a preventive measure to avoid the problem. But having said the problem has come, so we still have a solution that if you have a strong mind, you can still fight against and come out of it. Yesterday in the news, I was very fascinated to see an old lady who was almost nearing 100. They say always after 65, don't go out and don't, because there are chances of you getting infected or a lot. So a senior citizen, senior most perhaps she would be, I don't remember where she's from, probably from somewhere from Bangalore, who is nearing 100. So she got affected by the COVID-19, but she underwent the treatment in the hospital and cooperated for all the procedures, and now she has come back. She is negative now. She has come back. Why? Because even at that age, she had a very strong willpower. She had a very strong mind, and therefore she was able to do that. So the agony of stress today is underlying cause for all problems. Even for this, I would not rather only restrict it to the immunity or the respiration. Yes, they are very important causes. If your immunity is not strong, you will get the infection. If your breathing, respiration is not strong, you will get into infection. At above everything, manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the culprit. Mind is the reason for you to get into the problem, and using mind as a tool, we can come out of the problem as well. And therefore, this is a basic thing that we need to understand, how we deal with the mind at the current scenario. And that is where we need to understand today. Even generally, overall, we have a rise in health hazards, other ways which are called even psychosomatic ailments. It could be the high rise in BP, asthma, diabetes, and cancer, and psychiatric problems. For all those, again, if you see the root cause, the problems are not mere external, and we see that mental restlessness, emotional upsurges, are all the psychological conflicts, are all the root cause for the problem. So we try to deal externally, but we need to go deep in there for the root cause. And so because we are seeing externally the problems, we are not able to solve the root of the problem. In fact, comparatively, see the way India is dealing with. World over, corona cases are increasing a lot. The number of deaths are increasing a lot. Lot of calamities are happening. But India, comparatively, it is far better, my dear friends, in Bharat. Why? Because we are adapting the traditional native systems of medicine like Ayurveda, Siddha, homeopathy, everything also at one end, right? At the same time, in-house, we have our own systems of making kashaya, our own home remedies, which we are doing, how to keep our breathing properly, everything. We have an ancient tradition of yoga, which we have been doing in one way or other. You don't have to go to a yoga class. In other countries, people have to pay dollars and go to yoga class outside to do all these, and whereas in India, yoga is very much part of our daily life, our parampara, our routine, So whatever activities we have been doing, you bow down and clean your house. When you are doing the jhadu, it is our pada hastasana. Today we have become mechanical, and so far we had maids to do everything. But after lockdown, I tell you, many problems are getting solved automatically, because earlier husband and wife were only made for each other. Now they have started becoming mates for each other. So garke andar, mane maneyalli nave kelsa madak shuru madidvi. When you bend down and then sweep, that is pada hastasana. When you raise your hands up and hang the clothes, it is hasta uttana asana, right? When you sit down and then cut your vegetables and then or squat and then wash your clothes, it is baddha konasana that you're doing, right? So we are involved. When you sit in sashankasana and do namaskaram to God, we are doing the sashankasana for prayers. So every asana that we are trying to do in separately in yoga class, for us Bharatiya, for us Indians, it is very much part of our daily routine, and we have lost it so far. But if only we start doing it, we don't have to separately go to a yoga class. We would be all healthy, hale, and that is what is more important. Anyhow, so what I was trying to say is, so we have the problem of stress overall. So science and technology developed in the West have failed to tackle the problem of stress. So overall, we see today everywhere people are, more than the corona, which is externally happening, for people to be in India, we are celebrating the lockdown because we have families. We are inside the home, people coming together, children and parents at a time being at home, because which never happened, always everything. Now a situation has started where we have everybody to be at home, and therefore, it's a wonderful boon that we are having. But whereas in the Western countries, many were saying, the other day I was talking to my friend in Australia, I was saying, the number of divorces and other problems are sometimes increasing there, because people are not able to cope up with each other. The family system, the values are different there. Whereas our Indian system, you see that it is wonderful. So yes, we have the problem of stress that we would have, but how do we handle it? Therefore, let us see that yoga, gives us a wonderful tool to handle this. So what is the way out of coming out of stress? So we need to understand here what stress is. So here Dr. Selly and Dr. Levy are defining stress as a state of psychological and physiological imbalance. It is not just from the mind, but also it affects your physiology, the functioning of body, a state of psychological and physiological imbalance resulting from the disparity between situational demand and the individual ability to cope up. So the rate of all wear and tear caused by life. So it's an altered state of being. So stress is the altered state of being of the mind, a state of psychological and physiological imbalance resulting from the disparity between situational demand and the individual ability to cope up in this situation. So we have the demanding situations, which are, two. One is the external demanding situation and the internal demanding situation. The external demanding situation is what? It is the office, family, finance, the natural calamities like corona, what we are facing today. All these are causing a lot of agony and stress in us, right? Today, a lot of uncertainty that we are facing. We will not know whether colleges and schools will get started. We would not know whether offices and companies will get started. It's a question of employability. It's a question of the career. It's a question of life. It's a question of our financial status. It's a question of our health, question of our well-being overall. All together, it's a big demanding situation outside, which is causing a lot of stress and agony for us, and also internally, it is causing a lot of stress for us to face the difficult situation of the targets. You will have your own EMIs, the loans to be paid, and your bosses would not have reduced your salary so far, even though you would be working hard by being at home. And many are taking risk now by going outside in spite of the social spread which is happening. So there are a lot of things. So the internal sensitivity, we have our own ambitions and goals which are trying to bring us into this Mahabharata, the tug of war which is happening within. So always, so we have the demanding situations which are making us to face this consequence of stress. And what is happening in the world at large today, people who are the younger generation especially, they have their own coping up mechanisms. They say, it's very shocking to see in places like Bangalore that women are all around today standing and smoking, forgetting that they're going to become mothers for the future generation. It can affect the future generation. So smoking, drinking, illicit sex and drugs and all these are unfortunately, especially in engineering colleges and all, I hear that it is spreading a lot. So we have the connected evils which are there. So even though temporarily that can give you a relief of the stress, my dear friends, but they can cause you a long-term damage. The smoking can cause you lung cancer. The drinking can cause you the liver damage. The illicit sex, again, the social problems and HIV and all those are going to be the problems. And drugs, which is a personality disorder, it causes. So management research has found it necessary, for the executives to change their lifestyle itself to low-profile style. They have come to they should come out of the mad rush and the executive speed. That's what is found even in the high-profile management scenario. And tell about students, it is very much required. So what happens? So when you are having the stress response, the psychological aspect is a fear, anxiety, depression, all these are happening. Recently, we saw an young upcoming artist in Karnataka, a film star who had a heart attack, which was the consequence of the stress. And somewhere in the north, in the Bollywood, we saw again a young promising actor who had committed suicide, not able to cope up the stress of depression that he had. So all these are the stress responses that we are seeing. So physically, it could be the rise in heart rate, the blood pressure, the respiration, and the muscle tone, digestive system getting affected. Your eyes are getting a lot of affection, and then overall, your endocrine system is also affected a lot. So as a result of the stress that we face. So it's all caused because of the uncontrolled speed of the mind, my dear friends. So how is stress caused? So the yogic definition of stress, the yogic scriptures would look into stress as the uncontrolled speed of the mind in response to a demanding situation. So now we have a demanding situation. Suddenly the lockdown starts, the COVID-19 spreads. Accordingly, what should we be doing? So mind becomes speed, faster, how to do. Kim karma, kima karmeti. What to do and what not to do. The mind gets deluded. And that is where we get the excessive, unrequired, uncontrollable speed of the mind, which puts you into a kind of a stressful situation. So stress is the uncontrolled speed of the mind in response to a demanding situation. Accordingly, we need to go. So in this scenario, I would like to bring you the understanding of what the proper health is. So we think, if we are healthy, many of us are thinking in the situation also, oh, I don't have corona and all those things. Corona may not come to me because I'm doing physical exercise. I'm doing a lot of hard work. I know I have been always eating the right food and everything. So corona may not affect me. I say, my dear friends, you are wrong. So you are not just healthy if you are having absence of disease. So health is not mere absence of disease. So health is a state of well-being at physical. Yes, physically I am well-being. I am strong, right? So corona may not come to me. I'm doing asana. Even for many yoga people, though they are doing, sometimes they can get because they are not having otherwise the other sense of well-being. That's a problem here, right? So it's not just about being physically well, but it is physical, then mental. So mental is your mental health. In the beginning, very well, Dr. Vidya had emphasized that in today's scenario, mental health of all of us have become a question mark. So the mental health, the health of mind is very much required to be in equipoise, to be in a balanced state of mind. Therefore, the mental health is something very important, which means that mind should be calm, serene, and it should be able to cope up with the stress always. I would not say stress is not at all required at all. The stress is required still. For example, for us to do something today to organize this webinar, Dr. Vidya and the team have taken a stress to organize it. If they don't do anything, oh, chalta hai, kuch bhi ho sakta hai, if they are there, that it cannot happen. So they have to take efforts. So when you put an effort, there is a stress which is there. I need to take a stress and effort to bring you the right understanding, to give you the right yoga techniques which are required, the right understanding which is required, for which I have to also make mentally a stress to give you. So for us to do everything, the biggest, the person who would be always put forth to a lot of stress is the mother at home, because she has to handle a lot of things. She has to plan what food to prepare for the children, for the elders at home, and accordingly plan the vegetables, according to plan the grocery. Imagine today when nothing is available, the housewives, they were put to a lot of stress, but they enjoy the stress. So this is a positive stress which is required for us to live. A sportsman, before he goes to sport there, he has a stress. But that should be a manageable stress, a positive stress, a stress which is acceptable for us to go ahead positively in the life, not positively in corona, but positively in life as such. So this is the U stress, which is a positive stress, which has to be there. And the D stress, which is the negative stress, which will bother us, which will push us down in our emotions, which will, completely bury us in terms of our emotional conflicts. So this is a negative stress which we should not have: the anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, competition. All these are the negative stress, the distress, the Arishat Vargas, as the scriptures would call them. So positive stress to be taken, the negative stress has to be given. Krishna is pushing Arjuna to take the positive stress. Tasmat yudhaya krita nishchaya. You go and fight. So he had a situation, Arjuna had a situation to fight or flight. So Krishna comes and teaches him yoga. The Bhagavad Gita is a yoga shastra, not a religious dharma shastra. So he teaches him yoga, atti warfare, counsels him instantly by giving the yogic message, yogastha kuru karmani. Do get established in the sense of yoga, in the equilibrium of yoga, in the phase of yoga, in the mindset of yoga, and do all your actions, oh my dear Arjuna. So therefore, the mental state of well-being, mind to be calm all the time. Even it can get stressed, but it has to withdraw and come back to that equilibrium state. It's not that it can be always the same. Then we are Maharishis, even Rishis, even gods, they get tensed, they get anger, but they had the power to reconcile and come back to that calmness, that samatvam. So that is how it should be. Like a mother, when she sees a child doing something wrong, she goes, punishes. The same mother immediately cajoles the child and brings it back to a normal state of mind. That is how, my dear friends, our mind should be. Then that is the mental state of well-being. Then the social, social well-being. Today, if you ask, are we socially well? Many are not socially well because their career have become a question mark, the financial status have become a question mark, and relationships have become a question mark. So socially, we are not able to cope up. We are not able to be with a wonderful relationship and all those things. So it is it's not about how active you are in social media. I have so many likes in the Facebook. I have so many friends in the Twitter and Instagram, and I have a lot of WhatsApp group in which I'm a member of it. No, that doesn't determine your social well-being. How socially good you are able to be, how am I able to be gelling with wonderful people? Let somebody tell anything, that should not disturb my state of mind, my equilibrium of mind. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga vichyate. When I get a praise, when somebody praises me, when somebody does favor of me, I'm so happy, excited. Same time, when somebody tells one small thing against me, how that one small word, 100 times they would have praised you, but one small thing they do that bothers you again and again, disturbing your mental status. So that is where, when, okay, chalega, chalo, itna bar, 100 bar, they have hundreds of times they have praised me. So eki bar, one time if they have, told something negatively, why I should bother? I have 99 times of good things that I can remember, but no, my things of only these negative things. So you have to be socially compatible with others. Sometimes many people, they are so good outside. Unknown people, they will speak very well. Oh, bahut acha hai. Tumma chennagiddu. Very nice. All those things. Externally, we speak in office, in colleges, everywhere. But when you come back home, you will not speak good with your own family members, with your husband and wife. Between husband and wife, they don't speak each other very well. The daughter-in-laws are very good at office, at college, at the companies, talking to unknown customers. They will smile, but coming and showing the hard face at the mother-in-law and your father-in-law who are there, looking at them as Rahu and Ketu. So that is not good. So if you're socially good outside an external situation, you should be able to come back and be having the same kind of body relation with your own family members within, right? So that is the kind of social well-being, which is you and the next person, who is your own family member, and not only them, your own neighborhood, your own kith and kin, not only that, the society where we are living, and not only that, we go to the next level of spiritual level. Spiritual well-being is thinking of your connection with the entire Jagat. That I am not all alone. I'm part and parcel of this entire universe, which is Isha Vasamidagum Jagat Sarvam. So the whole Jagat which is there, it is all filled with the presence of divinity. And I feel that I am part of that divinity. And therefore, I pray for everybody's wellness. So it's not about social well-being, but spiritual well-being, where you grow to that level of feeling for the others who are not even connected to you. If you feel good for others who are connected to you, yes, you're socially well. But when you feel for somebody who is unknown, Sarve Santu Niramaya, in the whole world, let everybody be happy, everybody be peaceful, everybody be disease-free, that corona not come and affect anybody, even they would be in China. Doesn't matter. For us, all are equally one. Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Let us all see auspicious things all around. So that is the universal well-being which we have been praying for in yoga. So at the spiritual level, when you grow, it's not only you feel for yourself, but you not only feel for your kith and kin, you feel for the entire Jagat. And that is the wonderful state of well-being. So health is not mere absence of illness or infirmity, state of physical, mental, social, and spiritual level, which is what yoga is offering to us. So generally, if we think of our mind, yeah, so what is the state of mind? Mind is always in kind of haphazardness. It has lot of things, chanchalata. It has wandering nature. So Arjuna tells to Krishna that, oh Krishna, it's very difficult for me to focus and then put my arrow and attack the enemies, because my mind is in chanchalata. Chanchalam himana Krishna pramadi balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkritam. Oh Krishna, I find my mind to be in chanchalata. From my home, when I start outside, I have come with full mind ekakrata that I am going to college, I'm going to go and study with all those. But when I come out, I see my friends, hey, come on, Machi, what is this today? How do you do? They start talking and slowly infuse in me the unwanted talks of the movie, sometimes the politics, sometimes what is happening in the society, all these things, a lot of diversions. You go to a mall to buy a handkerchief, you go to a mall to buy a handkerchief or say a handbag. The moment you go there, you see the cosmetic shop there. They are showing, come on, madam, free lipstick. You can try, put it, how nice it looks. You have this free taste. There are some snacks which are there, just have a free taste. So you taste it. Then you are yielded to the taste. You buy something. Then you go here, look at some more apparels, some more new clothes which are come, and some more new pairs of slippers and shoes, and everything you buy and make a huge bill and come out, because there are credits which are given. You don't have to pay from your own pocket. So swipe the credit card, give all those and come out. And coming after reaching the home, you remember, I wanted to purchase one handkerchief or a handbag. I forgot that and I brought this much things. That is the diversion the mind is having, my dear friends. So we forget our goals rather sometimes and get distorted, diverted into all these. The indriyas, the sense organs, what we have, they are trying to push us into various things, but making us to forget the true nature, true ambition for which we have supposed to do. So when the mind goes to think of lot of things unnecessary, lot of exertions, when it happens, when it is a wandering mind, what happens? The thoughts are not processed, they are not single pointed. So you have lot of energy wastage, lot of tiredness, which are the effect as a result of it. So when you have multiple subjects and multiple thoughts on the multiple subjects, is so the mind is in the state of the chanchalata. And therefore the scriptures also tell us how the physical disease are happening because of the stress which is happening deep in the mind. That the stress which happens deep level, deep in our mind, the manomaya kosha, that is what is called as adi. So due to this adi which happens in our mind, we get to have vyadhi, which is the disease which is forming. So we need to understand that our whole of human existence is not just mere the body, but we have different dimensions. The body, which is very important, yes, and the physical body has within the subtle aspect of the prana, which is the vital energy, like the petrol in the car that is functioning. So that is the pranic quotient, the vital energy quotient of us. And also we have the mental quotient, which is the mind, which is the mind is nothing but the collection of thoughts. So the manomaya kosha, which we call it as. So that is very important. And then we have the intellect, the vijnanamaya kosha, and then finally we have the soul, the anandamaya kosha, atma, which is there. So these are the 5 essential things which put forth makes our human personality as per the yogic shastra. So a young boy, he wants to know what is ultimately everything in the world. So he is thinking that the body is everything, because we have the body, which is what is making us to live. So this body is ultimately everything, is what he thinks, he considers, with which he goes to his guru and says, but the guru says, no, my dear, if body is everything ultimate, the body has a limitation. So try to understand its limitation, understand what the body is actually. So he goes and sometimes sees, currently we are seeing many people losing their life. So they were living healthy, happily, nicely. What in them is missing suddenly? It is the prana. So even in this corona infection, everything, what is happening? Pranic imbalance. That's why they say, build your immunity, build your respiration. So immunity and respiration are the physiological functions which are facilitated by the prana shakti. So if you have the vital energy very vibrant within, energy if is very strong enough, then your immunity will also be strong enough. Your respiration will also be strong enough. Your breathing and everything improves automatically. So the vital energy activation is very important. That is what in yoga, the pranayama is giving us. So this boy understands, oh yes, they who were living, they were living because they had the breath in that. So breath is the gross form of prana. Subtle aspect is called prana shakti, right? The jiva or prana shakti. So he understands that, externally what I had is what is the breathing. And so the inside prana stops, the breathing stops. The breath is the gross form of the prana. So he understands there is something called prana, which is the next level. So that is very important. And third, you go to a person who is in coma stage. Say this is a stage of coma. What happens to him? Is he talking? No. Is he dead? No. He's also not dead. He's still living. Maybe they have put the ventilators and all, but he's still living. Life is there. So physical body is there, and also vital energy, the prana is there. Of course, there is a reduction of the pranic force, which is there, but more important is the absence of thoughts. There's a presence of thought in me that is making me to speak. There's a presence of thought in you, which is making you to hear. There's a presence of thought, which is making us to do all these things. But sometimes the absence of thought is what makes us to be in a mindless state. So coma is such state where he is thoughtless. So he understands the importance of mind, right? So only when I have a thoughtful nature, the mind, I can talk something, I can do something, I can do whatever it is. So we are thought driven. So a person in coma is not able to do that. So he understands that. So once it so happened that in a popular mental health institution, say in Bangalore, so there was a function for which a celebrity had come. For say a function or a seminar or inauguration of a building, something, the celebrity had come. And because the celebrity have come, all the doctors, the officers, everybody were busy with the function. And usually what happens in schools or colleges, when the teachers are busy with meetings, students take a chance of becoming a teacher and enact that. Similarly, in a mental health hospital, so when the doctors were busy, so probably the patients were having their own freedom. So they were trying to enjoy their own world. So it's fine. The chief guest who had come, a celebrity, he wanted to go around and see. So when he was resting in the guest house, when others were busy with the program, he came all alone going around, and he thought he saw a doctor sitting in his chamber writing some notes. So he thought, very good, doctor is here. Let me go and check my brain, because it's a mental health institution. So let me go and probably do a checkup of my brain also. If at all I have it or not, or if at all it is functioning or not, let me go and see. So this, supposed to be a young political leader went inside, and then he said, doctor, I have come. So this doctor, so what? He was writing. Then he said, no, I am, so-and-so person. I'm going to become the Prime Minister of India. He said, oh, that is your problem. So you have to get admitted in ward number 16. Then this fellow was shocked. He asked, why? Because he said, when I came here, I also told I am so-and-so Mr. Singh. And, I'm going to become the Prime Minister of India. And I was put into ward number 16. And similarly, there are not only you or me, there are many who are there from the same lineage. So you are also eligible to come there and get admitted there. Now tell me, friends, is this person who was talking, was he the doctor? No. He was a patient who got a chance. He put the apparel of the doctor and he was sitting here. So the celebrity, the person with the dream of the future Prime Minister, also got deluded that he is a doctor. So physically, this person, the patient, was strong enough. So he had the prana, the energy, vitality was there also, and mind was functioning. He had the thoughts which were there. He was talking, but there was absence of intelligence in him, that he has become, an intellectually intelligently he had some problem there in his intelligence. So it is called the height of mental illness. So Vijnanamaya Kosha is about the intellect, the Buddhi Shakti. So Buddhi Swadhina, that's what is lacking there. So this is something very important, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is guiding even the mind by giving the right direction, right? So, and then ultimately our Atma, the soul, which is our true divine nature. It's like the traveler traveling inside the car of the body. So that is our true divine nature, which we need to understand and go ahead. So yoga is this multidimensional approach dealing with all those 5 quotients of physical and energy, mental, emotional, and intellectual, and the spiritual well-being of a person. So here we need to understand. So yoga is to gain the mastery over the modifications of mind. So Patanjali says, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. What is chitta vritti? Chitta is mind. Vrittis are the modifications of mind, the stress, the agony, the depression, the anxiety, the fluctuations, the distortions, the diversions, all these we face in the mind. These are called chitta vrittis. And nirodha is to stop, to bring a cessation to that. A calming down of the mind is what it happens, through which he is bringing the complete cessation. So Vasishta, in the Grantha of Yoga Vasishta, he says yoga is a skill to calm down the mind. Manah prashamana upayaha. When we do yoga, when we do the practice of pranayama meditation, we calm down the mind. So yoga is not mere exercise, but yoga is the samattvata which is being brought by the various practices. It's a skill in action, which is essentially thing. So we see that how the stress which we are talking about affects our equilibrium, the balance in different levels. So in the this is a wonderful teaching my Guruji Sri Raghuramji always gives me, and I have learned this from him. The analyzing the personality in the 5 layers, and how in each of the 5 layers the stress which comes and affects us, and what is the remedy which is required, and which part of yoga offers it. So in the physical body, Annamaya Kosha, we have the stress which is affecting in terms of the muscular tensions that we face, and the remedy is relaxation, and the practice of asana and kriya can help us to relax the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. In the Pranamaya Kosha, the life force, which is the vital energy, the breath, which is getting speed and slowing down is the remedy, and pranayama is the solution, the practice. In the Manomaya Kosha, we have the 2 aspects, which is mental and emotional aspect. The mental aspect of thoughts, which is agitation, is the stress which is happening, slowing down, calming down is important, and meditation, dhyana can help you to do that. Emotional aspect, imbalance of emotions, and balance is the solution. Bhakti yoga, which is the yoga of the emotions culture, can help us to bring the solution. And in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the intellectual aspect, we have the confusions which are happening in the intellectual clarity, and wisdom is a solution, remedy, and Jnana Yoga, the path of yoga of wisdom, gives us the solution. And Anandamaya Kosha, which is the blissful true nature, disharmony and lack of peace is the problem happening because of stress and harmony, by ultimately going into the deep sense of tranquility, which is yoga can offer us. So we need to understand that yoga in total have wonderful solution to deal with all this problem. My dear friends, I always call yoga as a management science. It's a technology also. It is the engineering, we call it as Sadhguru calls it as inner engineering, and our Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendraji used to call it as human engineering, and I call yoga as a energy engineering, the engineering to work with our energy level, all in physical, mental, and the vital, the intellectual, and the blissful layer of our level. All levels of energy is definitely there. So it's definitely an energy engineering, which is yoga. And it's a technology also. Science, when applied, becomes technology, right? So this is an applied technology, an applied science. Yoga is an applied. It's not just mere theoretical science. It is applied. So science, when applied, it becomes the technology. So it's life bliss technology. That's what we see today in the field of yoga. And it's the science of management also. What management? When you have a course called BBM. BBM is Bachelor of Business Management. So here it is not business management. I call it as BBMM. BBMM is body, breath, mind management. B square, M square. Body, breath, mind management is yoga. And so it's a wonderful science. It's a wonderful management technique. It's a wonderful, art of living and the science of living, which is yoga. And it is also, as our Dr. Nagaratna calls it as, the MMM, mastering the monkey mind. Mind keeps jumping from thought to thought, either flies to the past or flows to the future, doesn't stay in the present. So it's like a monkey jumping from tree to tree. Mind keeps jumping from thought to thought. So from ideas to ideas, from diversions to diversions, distortions, from fluctuations. So it is mind as the monkey mind, the kapi buddhi. So it is mastery over the monkey mind. The M cube is what is yoga. So with this, we need to take into kind of good practices, which is very important. So I would like to take you through some of the practices, the BBMM, the body, breath, mind management is what is important. So we would go into practice, and if you have any doubts as we practice, so feel free to put it in the chat box, and I will definitely be happy to answer all your queries, my dear friends. With this, we will go into I just gave you a background of how yoga can help you to cope up the stress, what is the root cause for stress, and how it is caused, how it is affecting our life externally and internally, and how by building a calm mind, we can even improve our immunity, how our respiration and everything by improving the breathing, and how our mind can come to a calmness. Now there is a connection between the mind and the breath. The physical body is something which is there, and within this body, the subtlety, we have the pranamaya kosha, as we have seen. So we just in the gross level, it has the breath which is there, which goes inside, gets converted into as prana, the vital energy. So the disturbance which happens in the manomaya kosha, the stress, the adi, the three types of disturbance, it could be the adi daivika, adi bhautika, adi hatmika. All this ultimately forms what is called adi, which is the stress, the seed of the problems, the root cause. So that when it gets formed in the manomaya kosha, the mind, it percolates through the pranamaya kosha, because mind doesn't have a channel actually to reach, So it is taking the help of prana, because prana is connected to all parts of the body through the 72,000 nadis. We have like the electric wires which are taking electricity to all different parts of the building, wherever it is. Accordingly, we have the nadis, which are the subtle layers, subtle channels for the prana to be taken to all different parts of the body. And so the pranic shakti, which is generated, which is all pervasive, it is taken to all parts of the body through the nadis. So if you, in fact, if you have any problem, mostly today, most of the physical problem, all those are caused because sometimes there are ashuddhi in the nadis. So you have to cleanse the nadis. So pranayama in yoga helps you to cleanse the nadis, nadi shuddhi. So once you do the nadi shuddhi cleanse, lot of problems are already solved at the energy level, but still in the mind level, there are the reasons, the stress which we face. The stress is causing you the seed for the problems, which is taking the channel of the pranic nadi, and through the pranamaya kosha enters the annamaya kosha, the physical body, and forms the vyadhi, the disease. So it's called psychosomatic. So whatever it could be, the physical problem that we are facing, mind is the reason. So if your mind is strong, you can get relief from not only any of your BP, sugar, back pain, and the headache and all those problems. Even the current situation, the pandemic, the corona, the virus infection could be stopped if in case your mind is strong with a strong willpower. So we need to go deep there. So how do we go? As I told, the connection between the mind and the breath should be understood. The body, breath, mind synchronization, BBMM, body, breath, mind management, if you do properly, then stress can be beaten. So a lot of techniques are there, my dear friends. Yoga is an ocean. Yoga is an ocean, so we can take only a few waves. Just like when you go to the beach, we don't go deep into the ocean. So we take to the waves and we enjoy the beach. That is what today we can do. If you are interested to dive deep into the ocean and take the pearls, to take the the corals and pearls, the shanka, everything conch from the deep within the ocean, yes, you are welcome always. You can join with us in this journey of yoga and Adhyatma Yoga, the institute here. We are always happy to teach you all the wonderful yoga techniques and guide you furthermore to take to a stress-free, healthy, happy, harmonious living. So we will try to practice now. And in fact, it would be good if some of you can, I welcome all of you to join with your videos. If you can all join with the videos, so we will all come together and practice. I will teach you some of the wonderful techniques. Welcome, Vidya madam, back again. Netal, I request Divya ji, Lata, Jyoti, Aishwarya, Shilpa, Badrinath, Koteshwar Rao ji, Sahana, Jagrati. Wow, wonderful names you have. Vijay Lakshmi, Jyoti, Suha, Nivedita Panigrahi. So everybody to join with me with your videos so that we can do a good practice. Yes. Don't worry if you have done your makeup or not. Yoga doesn't require any makeup. Yoga is to take up to a higher science. So let us get into so that I can see you, feel whether you are doing or not. So it is, our mobiles don't require yoga. Our mobiles don't require yoga. We require yoga. We require pranayama. We require the energization. So we should do it. Yes. Welcome, Anjula ma'am. Come on, join us. Yes. Yes. So kind of the first practice that I would give you is a simple technique, which is the body and breath synchronization, right? And then we go into mind. First is a body breath synchronization, which is very important. First of all, let us see whether we are doing the right breathing or not. So this is where the problem happens for many people, because often we don't do the breathing itself in the right pace. We are all breathing. That's true, right? Is there anybody who's not breathing here? No, right? All of us are breathing. Every time we are breathing. So whether you are doing your pranayama or not, you are breathing all the time, 24/7. Even when you're sleeping, you're breathing. So every time you're breathing, once you stop breathing, then you are no more Shiva, you are a Shava. Right? So we are breathing all the time. Whether consciously or unconsciously, we are breathing all the time. But are we breathing right is the first question. So that is the first test that we need to put to ourselves. So close your eyes, all of you, please put your eyes closer. And now just stay as such for a minute. Just observe your thoughts. Just observe your thoughts. Thoughts that come to you naturally, automatically. But don't think of Corona. Don't think of COVID-19, Corona, positive, containment zone, red zone. Don't think of anything about Corona, but just be as such silent. Watch your thoughts. And now gently bring your hands together, rub your palms. Open your eyes and look into your palm. And now you need to either talk to me or put it in the chat box. So when I said you to observe your thoughts, what did you see? What kind of thoughts came to you? I need to see it all in your chat box. So what kind of thoughts that you got? How many of you got Corona there? I told you not to think of Corona or COVID-19 or positive or any such connected thoughts to Corona. The lockdown, pandemic. Other than that, did you get anything? Huh? Not many are sharing. Come on, share. What did you think of? So often what happens? Food. Then what else did you thought? Thoughts are coming good. Yes. Just in that fraction of a few seconds, we were only thinking for a few seconds. So in this few seconds, relaxed. Okay. What else? So many people, when we say, don't think of this, what happens? That only comes to our mind. So generally what we do, hey, don't do this, don't do that. That's what we do. So rather we should tell what they should do. That's what I'm trying to say. My point is, when you say, don't think of Corona, don't think of this, everything, that is what comes to mind. When people sleep today, they are dreaming about corona, about the pandemic, about lockdown, about these are the things which are happening all the time. So how to get rid of this? Don't think of that, think of something better. So what else can we think? You don't have to worry too much. Just focus on your breath, the breathing, then automatically all these negative thoughts will go away. All the stress will go away. Simplest, easy technique. It's our own breath. You don't have to do something else. We have breath within ourselves. So you have to use your own breath and use it so that you are able to, take that and go ahead in your life. So the first thing that I wanted you to do is take your right palm and put it on your abdomen. Take your right palm, put it on your abdomen, left palm on your chest, and sit straight. Try to keep your eyes closed. Now inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one more round. Relax, bring your hands down. Eyes remain closed for a while. Just relax. Observe how the breathing had happened. And slowly bring your hands up, rub your palms. Take your palms to your eyes, palms above your eyes, open your eyes, open your palm and look into your palm. Yes. Now, tell me, how many of you felt when I said inhale, your abdomen went in? When you inhale, abdomen went inside. And chest expanded, please put it in the chat box. I would like to know. So when you inhale, abdomen went inside. So people for whom you felt when you inhale, abdomen went inside. So your breathing is strong. So when you inhale, abdomen should be bulging out. Inhale, abdomen bulging out, chest expanding. Exhale, abdomen going in, chest relaxing. This is what is right way of breathing, which should happen. Why? Because when you inhale, the air that you take in, the breath goes into your lungs. And your lungs have the three layers, the three lobes, the lower, middle, and upper lobes of the lungs. And below the lower chamber of the lungs, you have the diaphragm. So when you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and it pushes the abdomen out. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and pulls the abdomen in. So abdomen and breathing doesn't have any direct connection, but it is diaphragm which is just below the lungs which is there. So it is also impacted because of the breathing. So we need to do a diaphragmatic breathing, which is very important, which is the right breathing. So in this situation of the COVID-19, when that's going on, the respiration is to be improved a lot. So for improving your respiration, simple and easy technique, you don't have to worry too much. Simple. What is it? Inhale, abdomen out, exhale, abdomen in. This is the first wonderful technique. So let us do this first basic practice in pranayama, the Udara Shvasa, which is done with the chin mudra in hand. So this is chin mudra. So adapt this. So like 5 fingers open, then bring this 2 fingers, the index finger and thumb together, the rest of the fingers opened up. So this is the chin mudra, and keep this chin mudra in your thighs, palms facing upward like this to receive the divine grace. So keep your head, neck and spine in one straight line, eyes gently closed. And inhale, bulge your abdomen out. Exhale, shrink your abdomen in. Breathe in, abdomen out. Breathe out, abdomen in. Inhale, abdomen out. Exhale, pull your stomach in. Keep doing for 2 more rounds. Inhale up. Exhale in. Breathe in. Bulge your abdomen out. Breathe out. Abdomen in. Keep doing in synchronization with your abdominal movement. The last round, as you exhale, let's chant a chanting of Akara. Loudly, inhale. Feel the vibrations of the Akara in the middle portion of the body, in the lower portion of the body. Now observe the synchronization of the abdomen with the breathing happening naturally. And now gently bring the other three fingers like this. So this is Chin Mudra, the Chinmaya Mudra. Next Mudra we do is Chinmaya Mudra. So other three fingers are also folded. These two remain the same. The other three fingers are brought together. So feel the nerve impulse in the palm, the fingers and palm touching each other. So feel it and then bring your hand down and place it on your thighs, naturally on your thighs. Eyes remain closed again. Now we'll do the thoracic breathing, which is when you inhale, you feel that you're expanding the chest, exhaling, contracting the chest. So this is thoracic breathing. So we are doing it. Inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, relax. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, relax. Inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, out. Exhale, relax. Last round. As we exhale, let's chant Ukara. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Feel the vibrations of the Ukara, the middle portion of the body. Relax. And last, let's make Adi Mudra like this. It's a fist. Thumb inside, other four fingers, Mushti. So Adi Mudra, this is called in yoga. Keep it on your thighs again. So now we are going to do the breathing with the shoulder blades raised up and down, the clavicular region, the clavicular breathing as it's called. Inhale. Shoulders up. Exhale. Down. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Join with me. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Don't be in a hurry. Do it slowly as much as possible. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Now we'll chant Makara along with the exhalation. So take a deep breath. Inhale. Feel the vibrations of the Makara. Relax. Just be in the state, observe the changes happening in the abdomen, thorax and clavicular region, the lower, middle and upper portion of the body, especially the three different lobes of the lung. You'll feel that breath is filling in all parts of the lungs, the three chambers of the lung, the lower, middle, upper parts, and your body is energized. Slowly now, the last, make the same, Adi Mudra, same way, and keep it below your navel region now. Keep it like this, below the navel region. Now we will combine all the three: abdominal breathing, thoracic breathing, and clavicular breathing. All the three breathing we are going to combine together and do at a stretch. So ready, steady, go. Hand down there below the navel region. Inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest and shoulders up. Exhale, pull your stomach in and relax the chest and the shoulders. Inhale, abdomen, chest, shoulder up. Exhale, pull your stomach in and relax your chest and shoulders down. Third round, inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest, shoulders up. Exhale, stomach in, relax the chest and the shoulders. Inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest, shoulders up. Exhale, relax. Last round, as we exhale, we'll combine Vuma, all the three chantings together. So keep your hands there in the Brahma Mudra under the navel region. Inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest, put your shoulders up. Exhale, abdomen in, relax the chest and the shoulders down. Inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest, shoulders up. Exhale, relax. Inhale, abdomen out, expand the chest and shoulders up. Exhale. We're going to chant the Avoma chanting. Inhale. Feel the vibrations of the Avoma chanting. Feel relaxed. Gently release your hands out, palms facing the roof, eyes remain closed. Observe. The eyes remain closed. Just observe the changes happening in your whole body. Just observe, keep observing your body, breath, and the changes happening. Just sit with your legs stretched apart and relax. A gentle smiling face. Now slowly observe your whole body. Observe your body from the tip of your toe to the top of the head. Feel the body. Scan the whole body part by part. Watch the normal, natural changes happening in different parts of the body. And mentally start to relax the body. Relax your toes. Relax your heel, the sole. Relax the ankle joints. Relax the calf muscles. Relax the knees. Your thighs are getting relaxed. Relax your buttock muscles. Relax your pelvic region. Relax the lower part of the body. Relax your abdomen. Relax your back, spine, vertebra. Relax your upper back. Relax your chest and arms. Relax your palms, fingers, wrist, elbows, biceps and triceps. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck region, the back and front. Relax the facial muscles. Have a smiling face. Relax your nostrils. Observe the normal, natural breathing through the nostrils. Relax your ears. Relax the eye region, eyeball, eyelids, eyebrows. Relax the eyebrow center. Relax the forehead, skull, head, back of your head. Relax the whole body. From the tip of your toe to the top of the head. Relax. Vishranti. Sampurna Vishranti. To relax further the whole body, let's chant Auma. Take a deep breath, inhale. Feel the vibrations of the Auma chanting throughout the body. Feel relaxed. Once again, let's chant the Avuma in a silent way. Anahata. Feel within the chanting and do it silently within the mind. Inhale, take a deep breath. Now, after the chanting of the Avuma, observe the body as such again. Just fully scan the whole body. Observe the body to be relaxed, calm, energized. Bring your focus onto the tip of the nostril. Start observing the normal, natural breathing process. Slow inhalation, slow and steady exhalations. Slow inhalation, feel the cool air entering the nostril. With exhalation, feel the warm air coming out of nostrils. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. As you inhale, feel that you're completely energized. The body is built up with immunity, resistance, respiration, willpower, wellness, stress-free mind, calm mind, healthy, happy, harmonious life. As you exhale, feel that all negativities are coming out of your system, that your lack of immunity, lack of resistance, all illness, all negativities, anger, hatred, stress, depression, anxiety, everything are coming out of your system as you exhale. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, wellness. Exhale, illness. Inhale, positive thoughts. Exhale, negative thoughts. Inhale, happiness. Exhale, misery. Inhale, present. Exhale, past. Inhale, bliss. Exhale, stress. Feel the energy, feel the calmness, feel the vibration all around. Bring your, hands in the Namaskara Mudra across your chest and take a sankalpa. Say to yourself, resolve to yourself that I'm healthy, I'm stress-free, I'm happy, I'm blissful. My immunity is strong enough. My respiration is vibrant with wonderful, powerful breathing and pranic shakti. Take a sankalpa, resolve to practice yoga, practice simple techniques of breathing and meditation every day. With this sankalpa resolve, let's do 3 rounds of Omkara chanting. So as you chant the Om along with me, you're going to inhale and with the chanting of Om, rise your hands up above the head and exhale and slowly bring your hand back to the chest. 3 times we will do the Omkara chanting. Take a deep breath, inhale. Om. Stretch your hands up. Exhale, slowly bring your hand back again to the chest. Again, second round of Omkara. Om. Feel the stretch on the arms, feel the flow of the breath, feel the pranic energy going up. Exhale, bring back. Last one more round, inhale. Om. Stretch. Feel the presence of the divine. Surrender to the divine. Let's pray for everybody in the universe to be happy, healthy, harmonious. Hands back. Keep your hands in Namaskara Mudra, eyes remain closed. Let's pray for everybody to be happy, healthy, harmonious. Let's all lead a healthy, peaceful life. Just repeat after me the prayers. With eyes closed, with the feel of the universal well-being. Just join with me in the prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukha bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bow your heads down with a sense of surrender to the divine, seeking the divine blessings, blessings of the Guru, surrendering to the divine. Come up and rub your palms. Feel the warmness in your palms. Take your palms to your eyes, face, neck, shoulders and arms, thighs, knees, everywhere. And gently open your palm, open your eyes and look into your palm. Sandhye Karadarshanam. Yes, as soon as we get up in the morning, what do? We do the Karadarshanam, right? We have to look into the palm because divinity is in our heart. It manifests with the hand in terms of action. But nowadays, what do? As soon as we get up, Karagre, Vasate, coffee, Karamadye, newspaper, Karamule, Sthite, cell phone, Prabhate, WhatsApp darshan. And now Corona has made us to change also. As soon as we get up, Karagre Vasate, hand wash, Karamadye sabun, the soap, Karamule Sthite sanitizer, Dinapurti Hastamarchanam. Say, we have to be washing the hands every day also. Yes, so we need to look into these mudras, what we did, simple mudras. Chin mudra, Chinmay mudra, Adi mudra, Brahma mudra. But these can energize a lot. When you do every day, Yoga is not just one day. We are not doing this for one day, the yoga day's sake. The yoga day has given us an opportunity to think of yoga, to reconnect with yoga, to ancient lineage of yoga masters. But we need to continue this practice every day, my dear friends. Therefore, I have taken a very simple practice which each and everyone can do. I can show you very topsy-turvy postures, but you will only clap your hands and appreciate, wow, Subbuji did very well. But are we going to do it? These simple techniques I taught you, the abdominal breathing, the thoracic, the chest breathing, and shoulder breathing, the clavicular breathing, and all three put together the full yogic breathing. This is called Vibhagiya Pranayama and Purna Yoga Pranayama. Vibhagiya Pranayama, full yogic breathing. So this together what we did, and then the meditation where we relax the whole parts of the body, slowly part by part, just relaxing. You can even lie down in Shavasana and relax. So what happens when we are stressed? We do not know how to react. So immediately we go and react in a negative way, and we get into problems. So don't even talk, don't react. So just go and just lie down and relax for a while. If you're not able to lie down, just close your eyes, observe your breathing for just few seconds. That can give you the best of clarity with which you can speak further. So whenever you're stressed, when you're in anger, when you're depressed, without taking a fraction of a second, just go, close your eyes. Just slow down the breath. That's the easiest thing that you can do to combat stress, my dear friends. And then if you have time every day, please do this. This will not take more than 5-10 minutes. Simple breathing practices today, what you have done. If you're interested furthermore to learn, I would share our details. You can always contact us at adhyatmayoga.net, www.adhyatmayoga.net. This is our contact. This is our website, and also our number is 8088 11558. I repeat again, 8088 11558. This is our contact number. So I would also put it in the chat there, so you can always reach us. 8088 11558 is our number. Our website is adhyatmayoga.net. So this is a thing, you can reach us. We do offer a lot of training programs, workshops. If you want us to do it for anywhere else, you have a group of people to whom we should teach yoga, you can approach us. We would be very happy. We have a huge network of all yoga teachers who are trained by us. So they will all be helpful to you. And it could be for yoga for stress management, for your health purpose, yoga therapy, for pregnancy, yoga. We have yoga for girls with PCOD and infertility, for all these problems that we have, yoga for weight loss, yoga for weight gain, you want to gain. So yoga for stress management. So all these, different purpose, ultimately, even for building up your immunity. This what I thought is good enough. It is a one-stop solution for all problems. You do this much, I guarantee you, your health is assured. But doing is very important. That is important. Not knowing, you have to apply that. So do this. If you further more to do, in fact, many students are watching this. We do the certificate course in yoga. And today there's a lot of demand. We want more and more yoga teachers to come up. So we have so much of online yoga teachers training programs. So being at home, you can learn and get certified as a yoga teacher, and you can go and empower a lot of people in practicing. That is the strength that yoga can offer you. So even you're a student, doesn't matter. You can still learn yoga and parallelly become a yoga teacher, also a trainer. So you can do this course also. So if you have any doubts, questions about what we did, or any more questions about knowing how yoga can help you, for the next 5-10 minutes, I'm available. You can put your questions. Either you can unmute yourself and ask. I think I will give you the option of unmuting yourself in the thing. So you can allow the participants to mute them. Yeah. So you can unmute yourself and ask me the questions in case that you have any questions. And if you have any doubts, otherwise also personally you can ask me. You have my number. And once again, I thank Vidya ma'am for taking this interest in organizing this. Thanks to my friend and my brother Pramod for letting us connected, Vidya ma'am and me. He is a proud alumni of the Vivekananda Institute of Technology as well. So he's doing wonderful social work along with all of us. So I'm so glad that he is your alumni. and many more students to come. I'm sure Vivekananda, you are having the powerful magnetic name of Swamiji. It is that word Vivekananda, that power that changed many of our lives, transformed all our lives. So I'm sure that can happen with all of you also. So yes, how did you feel? How was the session? Especially the practical session, was it helpful to you some way? So I think one Manjula ma'am has quoted here. You know, she is quoted here. It is very relaxing and good experience. So Shilpa Raghuram, very much relaxed. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Vidya ma'am, for organizing the webinar. And I don't know who is this Amma's girl. Her name is Amma's girl. So she says best time for yoga in evening. Timing, can you say, sir? The best time is both in the morning as well as evening. Morning, you know, early in the morning, the time starts. Your time starts for yoga practice at 4 o'clock. You know, and if not, at least the sunrise. Sunrise happens, say, somewhere as past 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. So 6 a.m. to 7 is the right time, you know, the most suitable time, the sunrise time. And before that, actually, little advanced practice, we all would start early in the morning, right from 4 onwards, the time starts. The Brahmi Muhurta is the most suitable. But for people, normal people, it's very difficult. It becomes a midnight. 4 a.m. will be a midnight for many of you. So you can start it, you know, at the most by 5:30, 6 o'clock. The morning is the most suitable. If not, evening also, the time now, you know, so 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. is a wonderful time for practicing. I was not able to know what TYM is. TYM is time only, I hope so. I don't know, Amma's girl, TYM, andre time ena, the Yav language alli gottilla. VIT has to learn a lot of good English, you know. So, yes, very much needed session. Thank you. Yes, good. Time only. Okay, fine. Because nowadays this chat, you have a chat language. Okay, YOU is not required. Why do you waste spelling? So you make it you. So a lot of new spellings, the technology spellings. I think we need to get to learn it. So since becomes ones and all those things nowadays. A lot of things. Yes, sir, time only. That yes also is yes here. It's not yes. So that's fine. I think we need to change with the time. We need to change with time, not TIME, TYM. Thank you so much. Yes, stay healthy, stay safe. Do all your practices. Over to Vidya ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. So practically you have demonstrated the various asanas, mudras. Hope all the participants will carry forward whatever they have learned today. And they have to, that is practice yoga for their good health, physically and mentally to be fit. So they have to practice yoga. So thank you so much, sir, for readily accepting our invitation to host this webinar. I thank Pramod, my student, for organizing this webinar. And I thank our management for all the support and guidance. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Kumar Kenchegowda sir, Vice Principal, Dr. D.V. Chandrasekhar sir, and all the heads of the departments, teaching, non-teaching staff, my dear students, and participants from various other colleges. And even the parents also, they have joined this session. I would like to thank everyone, each and everyone, on behalf of Janata Education Society and Vivekananda Institute of Technology. So thank you so much, sir. So after, we would like to have your session once again. If you permits, we would like to host once again after.
Only once again, that's it? Not again and again?
Once the lockdown is lifted. So physically, we would like to have.
Yes. Session. That's more important. I will love to come and.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to come and I will definitely, do it. It is more important that we, I can't teach everything more on online sitting here. Yes. So when we meet physically, so that's a different experience. So definitely after the lockdown, when situation becomes normal, I'll come and teach you very wonderful things. But at least this much what you have learned, I'll share the the videos also to you, ma'am, so you can share with all your students and staff. So even other ways they can watch. Today, those who are not able to join, they can watch and practice. It's a wonderful thing. So one last thing that we would do today is to take a Narsimha Avatara. Narsimha had come and he had vanquished Hiranyakashipu, the evil. So we should all take a Narasimha Avatara and become lions and roar against Corona and send it back to from wherever it had come. So keep your hands together like this. And now we're going to take the Simha Mudra. This is a wonderful mudra for building up your immunity also. So this is a wonderful mudra for building your immunity, enhancing your respiration. The lung capacity increases, stress level comes down, and also happiness index increases. So let's do this. Bring your hands here. And when I say ready, steady, go, just follow me. Become the lion or lioness, Simha and Simhini. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Yes, come on, Vidya ma'am, Shilpa, Shweta, Sunanda, everybody, come on, Manjula ma'am, everybody, ready, 1, 2, 3 again.
I can't.
Artha illa Vidya ma'am, come on, ready, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So if all of us do the Simha Garjana, Corona will go away. Thank you all.